It was evening in the small town of Maplewood. The air carried the smell of wet leaves and distant rain. The streets were quiet and empty. Under a flickering streetlight sat an elderly woman. Her name was Helen Moore, 72 years old. Her grey coat looked worn. A small grocery bag rested beside her trembling hands. She had missed her bus again. Her eyes were not as sharp as before. The numbers on the buses blurred together in the fading light. Minutes passed. The rain fell harder. The shelter rattled. The world felt too quiet and too far away. She whispered softly to herself, "Just one more bus. It has to come." But deep down she knew. The last one had already passed. Across the street, a young man named Ethan closed the small cafe where he worked. He was 26, quiet, thoughtful, and tired. He noticed the old woman waiting alone. For a moment he hesitated. He could have walked home, but something about her, the patience in her eyes, reminded him of his grandmother. He crossed the street slowly, shoes splashing through puddles. He spoke gently. "Are you waiting for the number 7? Helen looked up. "Yes, dear, it is late today." Ethan nodded. "The number 7 stopped running an hour ago. I can call you a cab if you like." Helen smiled faintly. "Oh no, dear, I do not want to trouble you. I will be fine." But he heard the tremble in her voice. He waited, then said softly, "Please let me help. My grandmother used to get lost sometimes too." Helen looked at him and nodded. "All right, dear, if it is no trouble." Ethan called a cab. When it arrived, he helped her in, placed the grocery bag beside her seat, rainwater dripping from his jacket. Helen tried to stop him. "Oh no, you cannot." But he smiled. "Think of it as me returning a favor." As the cab started moving, she looked at him through the window. "Why did you stop to help me?" she asked. He paused and said quietly, "Because someone once helped my grandmother, and I never got to thank them." The cab drove away. Helen watched him disappear into the mist. Her heart felt warmer than it had all day. That night, Helen sat by her window holding a warm cup of tea. Outside, the rain had stopped. Streetlights shimmered on the wet road like small stars. She thought about Ethan, his gentle smile and soaked jacket. It reminded her of a time long ago, when she had helped a lost boy find his way home. He had hugged her before running off. She never saw him again, but the memory stayed with her. She whispered softly, "Maybe kindness never really leaves. Maybe it waits for someone new to pass it on." A week later, Helen returned to the same bus stop. Not by mistake. She carried a small paper bag. When Ethan walked by, she waved to him. "For you," she said, handing him the bag. Inside was a grey knitted scarf. "I made it years ago," she said, "but I think it suits you better than me." Ethan smiled shyly. "Thank you, Mrs. Moore." She nodded. Kindness should not end with one act, dear. Pass it along. Years later, Ethan told this story to his daughter on another rainy. Can warm hearts long after the rain has gone?